Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Monster Drink Fan 605 here, back with another video. I already did an update on Lock today, but I just want to talk about a huge thing I have been going through since I'm in my senior year now. I want to talk about a subject that I have wanted to been talking about for a very long time. If you guys haven't know, since I have been starting to go to school ever since when I was in Watson kindergarten, I was put in an emotional support class. Now, for most of you that don't know what that is, it's a class for kids who have behavioral issues like bipolar disorder, ADHD, autism, or OCD, ODD, or personality disorder, selective mutism, or any kind of disorder that anybody would have when they're in emotional support class. Now, I was put in there because I was treated for autism, I think. I never been sent to a mental health facility, or I have never been diagnosed with anything, but I have showed a lot of signs of autism. And as you can pretty much tell about how the way I act every day, and I'll give you a few examples of somebody with autism would do. Pretty much I would stay up all night sometimes. I would just go to random places, or sometimes I would have trouble communicating or give eye contact with others. But I don't have a major issue. I do go through a lot of problems sometimes, but sometimes major and sometimes not major. But I have friends that go to the same class as I do, which is my friend Elijah and Taylor and Devin. My girlfriend goes to the same class as I do. Now, the thing about emotional support class, when you're being put there, it's not that easy there. But you actually do get help from the teachers. Like, if you're struggling with any kind of work or whatever, they'll come up and help you. I have struggled a lot in history. I have struggled a lot in science and other classes, but my teacher does come to help me if I ask for help. Like, if you raise your hand and ask the teacher, like, hey, I'm a teacher, can you help me here? And if you just do that, they'll just come up and help you. It's just as simple. It's not really rocket science, though, but here's some of the stuff you gotta deal with in emotional support class. Now, it's just normal morning sometimes. It's very normal. You just walk into the cafeteria, have breakfast, talk with your friends in the cafeteria, and then the bell rings, you go out to your lockers, you put your school stuff in there, your backpack, your notebooks, and once you do that, you just walk into the classroom without being late. I have been late to class before, multiple times. I haven't got yelled at it. I have been yelled only once about it, though. For ceramics, I came in. Me and my girlfriend came in late a bunch of times in ceramics. So we tried our best to get there before the bell rings. Like, we just watch how all the students, like, walk out of the classrooms and go to their normal classes, and we made sure that we got there before the bell rang. But here's some of the stuff you gotta deal with when you're in emotional support class. Some of the students are disruptive. Some of them are disrespectful. And some of them are obnoxious. And some of them are ignorant. And I can see what the teachers go through. I can pretty much understand why they get frustrated mostly every day whenever they start to do their job. I can probably see the reason why Mrs. McCall gets frustrated. I can see how the principals get frustrated. And some of the students have gone through a lot of issues such as alcohol, depression, suicide. It's an emotional support class. I mean, but when you're a teacher there, you gotta eat the same meals that the students eat. So you don't want to become a teacher, because it is frustrating. I can see the pain in the teacher's eyes that they have to eat the same meals that the students eat. But some of them do pack their lunch though. But yeah, it's really frustrating in emotional support class. You don't want to go there unless if you have a behavioral issue. Some of the students that are in emotional support class have gone through fights, went through arguments with their parents, or their parents were very abusive, or if their parents went through a dispute, like a domestic dispute, or any other kind of issues, or maybe if they had a disorder, like I do. I have an autism spectrum disorder. I kind of thought I had Asperger's syndrome at first, though I did make a video about that, but it turns out I don't. But that's stuff you gotta go through in emotional support class, but it was kind of different in elementary school. Some of the students had rage. Some of them had to be held down to the ground is because they started having throwing a temper tantrum and shit like that. Some of them were thrown in rooms is because they talked back to the teachers, or if they complained about stuff or whatever. But in high school, it's a lot difficult. Instead, it's a little different. Fights go off, or there was only once I known that a kid did throw a temper tantrum in the hallways. This has nothing to do with a fight, but it might have probably have been something to do with bullying or harassment. But all I know is, I don't know any of those things though, but I do know that the kid flipped out is because of his haircut. That's pretty much all I know. But the kid was sent to a mental health facility. A couple of my friends, or 3 of my friends, had been sent to a mental health facility because of their actions. And a mental health facility, you don't want to go there. Because my nephew did tell me that people get abused there. But my friend Elijah was sent there one time, back when he was like 5 or something. He did say, like twice or 3 times, what he did a bunch of times, like they had to stick a needle in him that will put him to sleep, is because he was being outrageous, he was being ignorant, and he was being, just, being reckless. And he even tried to steal a car. And also, plus, one of those little gown things you actually wear at a hospital? He ripped the whole entire thing down to the ground. He ripped the whole entire thing down. Off the racks and everything, he ripped that all down. And, so yeah, you guys don't want to go to a mental health facility. It's not pretty there. It's not like a psychiatric hospital. Well, it's a psychiatric hospital, but it's not like a physical hospital. It's one of those kind of hospitals that people go to if they have behavioral problems. Most of them are emotional support, most of them are life skills, most of them are special education, and etc. It's, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much what my life has been like in emotional support class. You gotta go through a lot of shit. Now, stuff I go through sometimes, that I try to get used to and try to control my anger about it though, but I do get bullied sometimes. I do get harassed. And I've been yelled at by the teachers a bunch of times, but that's not the point though. But bullying, I'm used to. Harassment, I'm used to. I mean, it's not really a big problem for me though. Relationships, I don't really worry about. I don't really worry about how my relationship went with a girl or with one of my friends. I don't really worry about any of those relationships. Apparently, you know, that's just stuff you gotta go through in high school. And in high school, I always thought about dropping out, but I decided to graduate just to make my parents happy. So, that's pretty much it, guys. So rate, comment, subscribe, favorite, and keep your fingers crossed for my movie Locked, and I'll give you guys a quick update what's going to happen after we make the next scene for the movie. We can't wait to do scene 2. We already did scene 1, but now we're getting ready to do scene 2, where the police come and take us out of the trap rooms we're in. And so that way I can communicate with the terrorist in prison, which is going to be the next part. And I'm not sure if I can do a part where I enter a maximum security prison. I'm not sure if I can do that though, but I probably can't do that one. But I could probably just talk to the terrorist through Skype for my movie Locked. I'm not sure who I'm going to have to play the terrorist though, but I do know that Bill did play part of the terrorist. Well, it's a group of terrorists though, so Bill is playing one of them, but he also played Chris Harden, which is one of the main characters of the movie. So yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, favorite, and see you guys later.